Hey, what's going on? It's CJ. I'm what they call a Negro. I'm black. I'm black as shit. Not black in the way you think it means. Black in the way that you're deep enough to know all types of black people. I've been around all types of black folk throughout my time on this rock. The hood black dude, the nerdy black dude, the single mom black dude, the two-parent black dude, one mom, one dad, two moms, two dads, three moms, one dad, two dads, one mom. Alright, that's kind of gross. But you know what I mean. I've been around every single black dude you could think of. And even though we are all kind of different, we're all kind of the same.
What?
Alright, what I mean is, even though we aren't a monolith, we kind of are. Does that make sense?
Hell no!
Alright, I've talked to enough black dudes, American black dudes, to know we all kind of live the same lives. This probably goes without saying, but obviously not every black person went through these phases, but I feel like it's one of those things where the exception proves the rule. Am I using that right? It's like that stereotype where all military people are depressed alcoholics. If you find out you're neither of those, they'll make sure to stomp out that optimism out of you. I was in the Air Force, so they did it more passive aggressively, like Office Space, not like Full Metal Jacket. I call this the ball is life phase because most niggas I knew were trying to play ball. I picked up basketball kind of late. I was 13, but in the hood, when you young and black, the NBA is seen as a viable career. If you a tall nigga, forget it. Being a tall black dude that don't play basketball is like being an Asian that's bad in math. Like, nigga, why are you here? You're useless. We all really thought we were going to make the league too. I was so confident the NBA was a backup plan because the NBA is always hiring. They have a draft like every year. You be hearing NBA players practice in the rain and shit. It was never that serious. I was at the park one time to shoot around and it started raining. I decided to stay because, you know, no excuses. We all got the same 24 hours and all that bullshit. 5 minutes after, I thought I was stupid as fuck and went home. I got self-conscious at people looking at my goofy ass shooting in the rain. Alright, so I'm playing ball. I'm getting better. I was over 6 feet by 14, so everyone telling me how much potential I had. Got into high school. My school didn't have a JV team, only varsity. It's all good. I got into 11th grade to make it. Man, I got exposed. I never liked basketball. I only played that shit because people said I was tall and I wanted to hang out with my friends. I got good enough to play with my friends and I liked watching the NBA, but outside of that, I ain't really give a fuck about basketball. So I was trash. I was only good at one-on-one. And not because I was better than niggas. It's the same reason why it's always a center winning at those 2K simulations. When I finally lost to a kid that was smaller and younger than me, I knew I was washed and I should retire my NBA dreams. I got over it, but when you see a dude born the same year as you the first time get drafted, it hurts. Eventually, you kinda gotta grow out of that phase. You can still play basketball for fun, but your hoop dreams gotta die eventually. Everyone's athletic career has an expiration date. It's just that most people stop at high school because most people are mediocre at best. Yeah, you probably didn't work hard enough, but you also probably ain't got the genetics and community support and overall luck to do anything with it. You probably were never gonna make it anyways. And that's okay. Next phase all niggas go through is the musician phase. Every nigga wants to be a rapper or a singer if you're trying to get more diversity in your rotation. Yeah, you might get some snow bunnies if you rap, but if you tell a non-black, non-Latino you rap, they gonna assume you're unemployed. They might fuck you for the novelty, but they don't think you got a future. If you do any type of music, people always assume you're trying to make a career out of it, and I think that's bullshit. I hate that shit. I don't know if it's a black thing, but you can never do this music shit for fun. It's always, oh, so you trying to be a rapper? Anyways, this phase has a longer lifespan than the athlete because you can rap until you die, or until you have so much responsibilities and become a boring adult, which is kind of the same thing. Typically in your late 20s to early 30s, and then you pivot to something else. So eventually you realize you can't get any pussy after telling bitches you a SoundCloud rapper and you still live at your mom crib. Social media making you feel bad for being over 25 and still not a millionaire. You see all these niggas flexing on social media with what looks like real money. You're not rapping anymore, but you still got rapper type dreams. You still want clout, you still want money, you want a big booty. You can still live a life like these rappers without rapping. I told this Tory Lanez, bro, and he smashed Megan. Yeah, and he ain't smashed because he was a rapper. He smashed because he got what came with being a rapper. Megan ain't fucked Tory because that nigga was handsome. She probably fucked Party because he handsome, but Tory ain't getting no pussy because of his looks. So you finished Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 48 Laws of Power, and other books niggas read when they just got out of prison. Now you know everything about life. You gonna get rich by telling people how to get rich. Supply and demand. People want to get rich, so you tell them how to get rich, and that's how you're gonna get rich. You're also gonna get into stock trading and Forex, which is definitely not a scam. Gotta diversify your portfolio, whatever that fucking means. You see niggas chilling and having fun, but you pity them because you know they wasting their time. We all got the same 24 hours and they wasting it. Like, yeah, you could go to parties, but only for networking. And you wear a suit, because that's what you do now. You a nigga that wears suits around people that don't wear suits. They gotta know you serious. You try giving them the game, but they ain't listen. So when you make it, you ain't gonna give them shit because they lazy. That's the problem with the black community. You try to give them the tools to succeed, and they waste it on drugs and welfare and crack. Try to help your people, but none of them are accepting the gems you're laying in front of them. So when you make it, you're gonna get out the hood and marry a white woman. Anyways, none of that shit worked out, and snow bunnies only go after niggas with clout or square niggas with a future, and you check none of those boxes. You pretty much gave up on your dreams and you just trying to survive. Your net worth ain't grow at all during these clout chasing years. Matter of fact, it went down because you maxed out your credit card flexing money you ain't have. Your retail job pays like shit and you probably have kids. You get nostalgic about all the hope you had when you were younger, and you get jealous of the people younger than you having fun and enjoying their lives. And all their music that they listen to is trash, pushing you into the old head phase. More on that later. Your hairline is starting to recede. That shit is devastating because you ain't getting bitches anyways, and a lot of these hoes don't like bald niggas. You too broke for a transplant, and you don't know shit about finasteride. You all types of fucked up, but you got a couple options. There's going back to school. You ain't got the time or money for that shit. Only way to do this shit is to join the military. You know there's niggas like you in there, but you don't know how long you could deal with white people's bullshit. You could sell weed or other pharmaceutical products, but you're not in the streets or a good networker, so you don't know how you're gonna find a plug. And if you do, you better wear a hat, cause studies show that niggas with receding hairlines look like a cop. You could get into a trade, maybe a barber. Barber seems like the lowest barrier of entry. You know plenty of niggas that cut hair, but the pay might look shaky starting out. Fuck it, that might be a good route. Gotta do something, cause this struggling shit ain't it. Last phase is the old head phase. You probably start off in denial. You be all on social media, but you see 20-somethings pushing 30 acting like they about to die from Ebola, AIDS, or something else that's kind of embarrassing to die from. Since you've been dead for at least 5 years, there is some peace in your life, knowing how it turned out. The receding hairline is turning into a baldy, so to avoid looking like a NBA player in the 70s, you chop it off. Your pay is decent because you stayed long enough at a job, enough for your pay. Or you did some other shit. I don't know, I don't talk to old heads like that. You get a girl pregnant and you like her enough to stick around until you die from hypertension or diabetes between the ages of 40 and 84. So those are the nigga phases. Not gonna lie, a lot of these are stereotypes, but I know a lot of people living this life. There's also a lot of black people that don't fill this mold at all. This is just my observation. No research, no studies, no field interviews, just pure, unadulterated talking out my ass. Anyways, thanks for watching.